pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Shepard?
Yes.
Mr. Santos?
Here.
Mr. Seaver here.
It's so cold in that, huh?
No, it's gone. Better than that background.
All right, we'll start with introductions. To my right, I have our administrator, the village superintendent, Attorney Dapolito. We have Darren Cavelli, who's our zoning superintendent. Chief Gavalier, with our police department. We have obviously our fire chief is busy at the moment, but we got Dave who is standing in for him. Todd is currently taking care of some business right now. He's our park supervisor, and Jim Henshaw is with our senior center. To my left is our outstanding fiscal officer, Willie Wolf. We have trustee Bruce Shepard to my right, trustee Monica Divas to my left, and I'm trustee Robert Santos. All right, we're going to start off, as we said at the last meeting you guys were here, we're going to start off with public comments here at the beginning of our meetings. So if there's anyone that would like to talk, you have about 3 minutes. Is there anyone on camera that wants to give a comment? Yes, sir. Just ask you to come to the podium, state your name and address.
My name is Justin Kalini, K-A-L-I-N-A-Y. I live at 2697 Evelyn Road. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Justin Kalini, and I'm here both as an Austintown resident and as the community engagement coordinator for the Full Spectrum Community Outreach Center, the LGBTQIA+ Center for Mahoning, Trumbull, Columbiana, Mercer, and Lawrence counties. I come today with no concerns or direct requests, but instead to share information about the center and to offer our services to you as a resource for your queer constituents. In doing so, I hope to strengthen our bonds with the community we serve while advancing our company's slogan of unity in the community. Let's begin with a little history. Created in 2016 as a 501c3 nonprofit run out of coffee shops and living rooms, we started off with providing referrals for mental health services by hosting local support groups, state-based trainings, and free HIV/STI testing, and by acting as a hub for community involvement and advocacy. As our network has grown, more and more people have become involved with our programs, and we've evolved in both shape and size. In 2018, we opened our Closet of Change, a safe and inclusive space providing non-perishable food, toiletries, reproductive and preventive health items, and clothing for all genders, including trans-specific options such as chest binders, free of charge. In 2019, we launched the very first Pride in Warren, Ohio, the 6th annual of which will be held this year on Saturday, June 15th. When our office space closed in 2021, we were virtually in our personal homes before raising enough money to purchase the Hope House Visitation Center in August of 2023. We are turning this building into our area's first LGBTQIA+ transitional homeless shelter. The only one of its kind within a 40-mile radius. Last year, we helped over 300 people in the Mahoning Valley, and we continue to learn and grow as an organization. This year, we will launch the shelter in the spring. We are applying for $80,000 in grants from the Community Foundation and United Way, and we are expanding our event calendar while continuing to build on current initiatives such as Pride in the Valley and our annual Winter Gala fundraiser. Our mission is to, quote, help build an inclusive Mahoning Valley where LGBTQIA+ people thrive as healthy, equal, and complete members of society. If we can be of service, or if you'd like to assist us by volunteering, donating, or sponsoring, please don't hesitate to contact me. I left my contact information for each of you on a pamphlet and a gala flyer. Thank you very much for your time, and have a great evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Meeting's ready.
Yes, please, absolutely. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
We'll make sure we get it to Michelle's pass up now. Sorry, thank you.
There's 5 in there. I didn't quite realize how large.
That's all right.
Thank you.
Anyone else on camera? Sir, how are you?
Okay, how are you?
Good.
My name is Tom Moss. I live at 149 Rosemont. Been in Austintown my whole life. As everybody knows, Tony Rivetti started a thing about a memorial being put down the Wickliffe Circle. Well, things happened. Tony took his health was not good. Well, I took it over. Okay, this is what it's gonna be looking like down at the Drift Circle. I already got it ordered. I put $5,000 down on it right now, and that's what it's gonna look like. Because we had the okay from the last trustees to do it. But like I said, things happen, you know, but this was Tony's dream. And I don't know if anybody knows, his health is really. So I took it over, I've been working hard. Like I said, OT Bates is gonna do it. They're doing the stone. And the way I understood, they did the Korean War vet stone. So I just wanted to let everybody know, go ahead and put it out there. My plan is, hopefully, everything goes right, to have it in by Memorial Weekend. So I'm hoping the township, put it out there. I'm still doing fundraisers, trying to get money to help me out. So, but I just wanted to let you know, because I know the word's been out there, where's this? People gotta understand his health got bad.
Do you guys have a Facebook page for that, flyers or anything?
No, we're starting to design the flyers now. Because like I said, I just took it over almost last year. And, trying to get everything going, everything situated. So I finally got everything. We're gonna put the flyers up, put them out, ask for donations. And I'll have my wife come up with a website. Because my wife's she's on the thing with me. It's me and my wife. And American Legion jumped in to help me out with doing things. So just to let you know, that's what it looks like.
Oh, that's awesome.
I came up with that design.
Oh, in that case, no.
I came up with that design and it's gonna look great. So I'm hoping everything goes right to have it in by May.
Oh, thank you, Doctor.
Okay?
Thank you.
Very nice.
That's honoring the vets, once Afghanistan's Persian Gulf. Let them know that we respect what they did.
Thank you. Anyone else on camera?
I'm Brenda Ryder, 4422 Barrington Drive. We're doing our annual Kite Fest again. It's the last Sunday of April. It's April 28th from noon till 3. And we need the kites to get bought somehow, some way. We used to get them for like 50 cents a piece back in the day, and this is like 20 years ago when I started it. But now it's a little bit more. It's almost $2 a kite. So we're trying to find something that's reasonable, that's not going to take 2 hours to assemble. And so we're trying to ask, like, for the Westchester Fund to see if we can use some of that money to offset the cost of the kites this time. And we also need the fire department and the police department to come down with their trucks and EMTs and whatnot. We're going to have Home Depot there to do the crafts and the things that they do. Safe Communities are going to be there. The troopers are going to be there. We'll probably have the Mahoney County dive team come as well, and they like to show off what they do. But it's going to be Sunday at noon, the 28th. And we need some help with the kites, though, because we give them away to every kid that comes. And there's no charge for it. We have baskets that they can, put money into it. The money we raise, we want to use to start the project on the splash pad for the park. And moving forward with that, we did Leonard Kurtz for 2 years to get the money for the playground, which was awesome. And now they've hit their plateau that they needed, so we're moving on to another project. So we'd like to do that if possible, or if there's something that anybody else can think of that would make a good, a good dent into something that somebody needs, that would be great. But it has to be an awesome time. Yeah, that's about it.
Thank you.
Any questions? That was easy. For the kites, they run about $2 a piece right now. We like to start with like 300 kites. Last year we ran out, which was a great problem to have. Depending on the weather, of course, that happens too. We also wanted to expand a little bit with maybe using the band shelter as to bring in live bands as well that would all donate their time and their talents to raise for the cause. But it's a start again, so we'll see what happens. So it costs more. Everything costs more. It's crazy. Simple kite.
Anyone else on camera? Anyone like to speak off camera?
My name is Mike Hughes, with the 2604 Barrington Court, and I would like the trustees to consider, although I don't know why you made the move already, the public comment section. I think it's better served the community and those in attendance to have it later in the meeting when it has been for years. Again, I don't know your reasoning for moving it up, but I think it's better at the end of the meetings. Thank you.
Anyone else off camera? That will start off with our administrative report. Sir?
I'd like to open tonight's meeting with just a couple of comments. First of all, I'd like to thank our road department for their continued work on this building and in this room. As you can see, I think this is our first meeting without paneling behind us. So things are coming along. We're addressing things, in a budgetary fashion here, but they're doing nice work and really putting in a lot of effort. I hope you're seeing their effort out on the streets as well. That being said, just I guess more of a matter of a public service announcement. I got a note from the school district that kindergarten registration is starting for next year. So if you know any little ones that need to sign up for kindergarten, get in touch with the school district, check their website for details. The next thing I wanted to bring up was the Mahoning County property reevaluations. I know that some people's bills may have went up individually. However, as far as millage is concerned, which is a fancy government term to say our spending power and sort of an inflation-adjusted metric of how much funds the township is receiving, is actually down 12.7 mils. So the new fire levy that was approved for 3 mils is actually only collecting at just over 2 mils due to the reevaluation. So it doesn't actually cost you any more than the amount that you voted for. And we do thank you for your support for that. The next thing I wanted to share is that we received our bridge report from the Mahoning County Engineer's Office, and that the majority of our bridges were in good condition. We don't have any bridges of concern right now in Austintown. And the next one is an item we have very little control over, but they did provide us notice here. Armstrong Cable Services is raising their rates.
Awesome.
So you may see differences in your bill. Again, we have no control over it, but they're obligated to notice the township. With that, I think that's it for comments. Everything else moves into motions for the road department. If I may have my first motion here, which is a motion to approve an agreement between Austintown Township and the Board of Mahoning County Commissioners for ARPA funds not to exceed $500,000 for the Wilcox Retention Pond project, and to rescind the prior resolution number 23-1211-02.
So moved.
Second.
I'm sorry, who seconded?
Sorry. I did.
Okay, I thought so, but I want to make sure. Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Santos?
Yes.
Mrs. Deaver?
Yes.
May I touch on that? Just so everyone knows, I know the article, definitely, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Valley, but this It's been a long day for me, I'm sorry. The agreement we have with the commissioners, this retention pond is actually their responsibility. It's their job to actually maintain this. So they're more or less giving us the funds, and we're doing the legwork, get the contractor out there so they can get this retention pond up to par. So just, I know there was some misconception out there. This is not our retention pond. It is actually the county's, and we're just doing the legwork for it, which is why they gave us the money.
Actually, it's not the county's retention pond. It's privately owned back in the 91, 92.
They're responsible for the
When
maintenance.
the Walmart was being developed, the county commissioners agreed to perform the maintenance on the retention pond. And about a year and a half ago, we had sent them a letter asking that it be restored to its original design, and that was ultimately what led us here. So we're going to oversee it, but it's the county's responsibility. It's still privately owned by certified developers.
Still their responsibility. Okay. Thank you. I guess we have a motion to open the bids for OPWC 2023.
Well, this is not actually, it's not actually a motion that's required. We're going to open the bids here in public session. They will be forwarded to our engineer for verification of bid tabulations. So with that, we'll open our first bid, and we will be verifying the time they were received, as well as the surety guarantee, and read aloud the price amount. These bids will, again, ultimately go to the engineer to be processed, and we're looking to get this project started when the weather permits. So our first bid here that we've received is from Shelley and Sands. It was received today at 1 p.m. These are in the order that the bids were purchased. The bid books were purchased from the engineer's office. Lori, do you have the...
That's right, Tom.
Here, I can pass that down to you so you don't have to start from scratch. I do apologize, I made you a copy, but I must have left another copy. So the first contractor is Shelley and Sands. They submitted a bid in the amount of $866,880. And they have submitted a bid guarantee. A bid bond. The number two did not return a bid. They were the only bidder not to return a bid. Who was number two, Lori?
Builders Exchange.
The next bid was received today at 1:35 p.m. from R.T. Vernal. The proposal is in the amount of $865,300. And they have also submitted a bid bond.
Did you get that 865 300? Thank you.
Number four is Lindsay Paving. This bid was received today at 12:08 p.m. This proposal is in the amount of $818,100. And they also submitted, yes, excuse me. $818,100. Sorry, they're big numbers. I have to say these big numbers all the time.
Monday, that's fine.
And they have also submitted a bid bond. All right, bidder number 5, Phillips Paving. This was received today at 12:45 PM. This one is for $959,600. And they've also submitted an appropriate bid bond. Next bid is from Carvo Companies. It was received today at 1:37 p.m. And their price was $908,000. And they have submitted a bid bond as well. It's a bigger project than last year. Talk about that. Number 7, Barberkiss Construction was received today at 1:36 p.m. It's for $828,680. And they have also submitted a bid bond. Our next bid here, bidder number 8, Geauga Highway. This bid was received today at 1:38 p.m. And their bid is in the amount of $1,011,240. road that they really not have gold plated asphalt. And our last bid was received today at 1:52 PM from the Shelley Companies. This is going to take just a moment because they did not have. All right, so I've located their bid form. Their bid is at $931,800. And they have submitted a bid bond. With that, that concludes the opening of proposals. I will place these in the box in front of our chair there. If anyone would like to inspect them afterwards, I'll be here. With that, with that, I want to clarify a couple things. These will be reviewed by our engineer. Bids may be rejected for non-conformity still. And they will be awarded to the lowest and best bidder, not just the lowest. So, you know, if you've had past ceilings that haven't gone well, past pavement that hasn't bonded correctly, there's a whole host of legal considerations that will be factored in by our engineer when he makes the recommendation. This is just the initial opening, and it's done at a public meeting to ensure that, you know, that all the sealed books were opened in front of everyone and nothing's changing at this point. So we'll verify, it's just for facial compliance tonight, but the details will be verified in the coming weeks, and we'll be back here to make an award of the contract. And I guess the other thing is they are much higher than in past years. That's because we're doing more paving this year than we have in past years. That has been made possible by the 0.25% that on the sales tax side that everyone voted for a few years ago through coordination with the Mahoning County Commissioners and the Mahoning County Engineer's Office. They made some funds available to the townships to address some road issues. So looking forward to delivering a little bit larger than normal project.
Thank you. Anything else?
Not on the, that's it for the OPWC project, but I do have more motions if I may. I'd like to request a motion pursuant to ORC 9.15 to certify that Catherine Evans was an indigent person and that her income did not exceed 150% of the federal poverty line as revised annually by the United States Department of Health and Human Services. In this case, this was an indigent burial. The state will provide reimbursement to the township for doing this, but we will respectfully bury her in our cemetery. It's basically done to ensure the dignity of human remains. The state provides the funds back to the township once we provide the space and pass the motion.
I'll second that motion.
So moved.
Does someone's gonna?
Somebody-
No, I can't make a motion. I'm for you guys to make a motion.
Monica moved it.
So moved, and Bruce
I'll
seconded.
second it.
Mr. Sanchez?
Yes.
Mrs. Stevens?
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Move on to our police department chief Cavalier.
First thing I want to bring up is Officer Tribble, David Tribble, works for us. He works for the Mahoney County Drug Task Force, and Dave's very active. When he was an officer on the road here, he made several arrests with narcotics and that, but just to give him credit, he spearheaded an investigation, and he seized 40 pounds of meth and 2 kilos of cocaine. So we wanted to give him credit for the investigations that he's doing with the Mahoney County Drug Task Force.
Awesome. Not that I was there, but good they caught it. That it?
Yeah, just review the motion.
I have a motion to approve the proposal from Motorola Solutions Incorporated for the financing of a new MCC 7500E dispatch console communications equipment in the amount not to exceed $160,175.
So moved.
Second.
Elaborate.
What I wanted to bring up on that was the information we sent you, just so the public knows. We have 6 consoles in our dispatch center. They're all 6 are being used. We have an extra console work area. We have a mobile radio, and the mobile radio is the same radio we have in fire trucks and the police cars. We're using that as a backup right now. And the bad part with that mobile radio is if we have to tone out the fire departments, we can't do that. We can only listen to 1 channel at a time on that radio. Any mutual call aids that we get, we can't transfer to another channel. So a console usually costs about $100,000, and what this will do will give us a backup console in case the console goes down in the dispatch center. The dispatchers can go back to this backup console. Right now, we don't have one. We're just using this mobile radio as one. And the $60,000 additional to it to upgrade other consoles to the new software upgrade. And what this will do, us as the county are looking at going over to the Marks radio system. It's a statewide radio system. And with this upgraded software will help us to transfer over to the Marks radio system. We'll be able to do that without any problem. And doing this will be the most updated dispatch center in the county right now. We're going through with this. But where I'm going with this is, it's $60,000 just for a software upgrade on the 5 other consoles or 6 other ones we have in there. And a large part of the police fire budget's technology with the upgrades, software, and that's a big part of our budget. But I truly believe we need this before we can send a fire truck or a police car to anybody that needs help, whatever. We have to make sure we get the call first to send it out. So I appreciate you guys voting for this.
And not to mention, I believe you said before, we dispatch for, 70% of the county currently, give or take? And this technology, these upgrades, only continue to go up in cost. So any type of hesitation or wait, it's only going to cost us more down the road.
We get money off all those other departments coming here to Austintown. Actually, if it was just ourselves, we actually would be losing money. the fact that they're here, we're actually,
You're right, we're paid by other communities we dispatch for, correct?
this will benefit us in even more ways, hopefully at 70% of up to 90, 100. Would be nice.
Yeah, I just, just like a few years back, we put $80,000 backup generator in that center. It's just something for a peace of mind for our community and for the other ones that we dispatch for.
Mrs. Deaver? Yes. Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Stanton?
Yes. Nothing else, sir?
Yes.
All right, our awesome fire department, I see our chief is in front of me. But through today,
This week, just have the number one motion there. We have a 2010 Chevy Tahoe that our garage assessed. We got rocker panels that have a significant amount of rust coming through and over the wheel wells and the rear of it. It's 14 years old now. It served its purpose, and they said it's probably not worth putting money into at this point. So we're going to go ahead and auction that off as long as we get the replacement approved for it. So that's number one. Number two is the two replacement vehicles. We had lost one of the vehicles last year already. I believe it was one of the vehicles you guys traded in for the road sign truck. There's a blue Impala. We've been down that vehicle that we use quite a bit, and also it will be the second vehicle here. So those are the two replacement vehicles for those. And then the third one is the two cardiac monitors that they have different phases or versions, yeah, different versions. And we have, these old ones were version 1s, and they're on version 4 now. So all the parts and pieces and technology that's in them, the software, you can't fix it anymore, so they're no good. So these here, these are refurbished ones, and we're getting two basically for the price of one. One brand new one's about $36,000, so that's a really good deal to get two of them refurbished for that price. So.
That's it?
Yep.
We have a motion pursuant to ORC 505.10 to find the below listed items of property are not needed for public use, obsolete, or are unfit for the use for which it was acquired, and the fair market value is in excess of $2,500, so that the property shall be sold by online auction per the bid number that's on the agenda, the 2010 Chevy Tahoe.
So moved.
I'll second.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Stanton?
Yes.
Mrs. Deaver? Yes.
And I have a motion to purchase the following vehicles with fire funding: a 2023 Ford Explorer for $42,115.81, and a 2023 Ford Expedition for $54,747.50.
So moved.
Second. Mr. Stanton?
Yes.
Mrs. Deaver? Yes. Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
And I have a motion to approve the purchase of two cardiac monitors from One Beat Medical and Training in the amount of $38,000 to replace the two that cannot be repaired.
So moved.
Second.
Mrs. Deaver? Yes. Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Stanton?
Yes. Darren, you have zoning? How are you today?
I would ask the board to approve a nuisance resolution on Revised Code 5.7 and declare the following properties a public nuisance: 1392 Bexley Drive, miscellaneous items, jumping debris, and a stockade fence in need of repair, raising, or replacement. Just a FYI for the board, that house has been vacant for about the last dozen years. And I have in previous years tried to get a demolition condemnation and just haven't been successful. 1922 Burr Oaks Court, jumping debris, we already removed that. There was a wealth of stuff on the curb, and we removed that last Friday. 158 North Canton Niles Road, jumping debris. 3913 Claridge Drive, jumping debris. 114 Country Green Drive, Junction Debris. This is a rental, and they should get some kind of reward for being a frequent flyer of the zoning program. 280D off the couch. 3710 Hendricks Road, Junction Debris. 3797 Hunt Mare, mattress and trash at the road. 3710 to 3730 Hunting Avenue, Junction Debris. 4021 Hunting Avenue, graffiti and gang tags sprayed on the north and west wall of the building. 1319 Northville Drive. Junction Debris, once again, this is one that was also at the curb. Appears to be a rental. We cleaned that. 5602 Terrytown Lane, and an awful boat stored in the front door. 236 3rd Street, Junction Debris.
I have a question. The boat on Hendricks, the Hendricks Drive?
Yeah.
You-
Debris.
that-
Junction Debris, this pallet's in the boat, yeah.
Why is that 3710 West Hendricks?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know it's Hendricks, but that's the boat too.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
So moved.
Second. Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Santos?
Yes.
Mrs. Stevens? Yes.
Okay, I would ask the board to make a motion to find the following motor vehicles to meet all the following criteria: 3 model years or older, apparently inoperable and extensively damaged, including but not limited to any of the following: missing wheels, tire, engine, or transmission, declared the following vehicles public nuisances under High Code 505.871, and order removal of the junk vehicle within 14 days after notice is served. There's a semi-truck at 158 North Canfield Road. I got 12 vehicles within the westerly rear parking lot at 1400 North Canfield Miles Road. There's a vehicle in Compass West. There's a commercial truck at 1775 Elm Trace Drive. There's a vehicle on South 4 Mile Run Road on the east side, and there's 3 vehicles at 3710 Mahoney Avenue. There's a total of 19 vehicles on this nuisance resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mrs. Stevens? Yes. Mr. Santos?
Yes.
And I ask the board to approve a motion to adopt the resolution attached to the part of the minutes of the meeting pursuant to Ohio Revised Code 505.86 for the removal, demolition of a single-family dwelling located at 3821 Frederick Street, Austintown Township, Miami County, 44515, being further described as parcel 48-009-0-131, lot number 195, Duncan Cantwell plat, based on the structure being declared insecure, unsafe, and structurally defective by the Austintown Township Fire Inspector.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Santos?
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mrs. Stevens? Yes.
Okay, that's all I have, thank you.
So, top shape is not here at the moment. Do you want to take the card?
I can take the card, yes. The first motion we have here is a motion to amend Resolution 23-12-1109 for the new park and playground equipment vendor from CPSI to PlayCAD. We were out basically shopping for playground equipment, and we're able to get a better price using PlayCAD than CPSI. This relates to our next motion, which will probably clarify which funds we're using. But we're utilizing both state term vendors, so that exempts us from competitive bidding here, if I may have such a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Mrs. Stevens? Yes. Mr. Santos?
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
All right, if I may have the next motion as well, which is a motion to approve the capital improvement community park recreation conservation project pass-through grant agreement with the Ohio Department of Natural Resources. This is an item that our board and Trustee Santos has been putting a lot of work into. We got a grant from the Ohio capital budget to fund the improvements that you see up here on our screen. Oh, it's popped up a little bit.
Look at the gray bar at the bottom.
There we go. So we're looking forward to, with this grant agreement and the prior purchase, adding a zip line and some play structures. That, you know, there may ultimately be some adjustments to the playground, as this is just a rendering here. But we're looking to expand the footprint of the playground out in these directions with the roughly $140,000 that we'll be receiving from the state capital budget. They take a processing fee off that $140,000 that they give you as a grant, but we're very thankful to have it and for the hard work of our trustees to get that. So with that explanation.
If I may, Mark.
Yeah.
I know this idea came about with Monica and Robert at the beginning, but I feel that we owe our state representative, Al Petrona, a great bit of thanks for this. I know Robert put some serious hours in it, reaching out to our state rep to acquire these funds. Robert, you want to elaborate just a little bit more? Or
Yeah,
welcome along.
yeah, thank you. One, obviously, we can't request money without the board's approval, so definitely want to thank, disrespect with you. This obviously started before Bruce took office. One of the things me and Monica preached was our playground, so we were working with it, you know, she said, by all means, she took the hook off my leash. She said, go for it, fight for it, so I couldn't have done it without her help, so thank you. But definitely want to give Al Petrona kudos. I mean, we all know our park is very well maintained with what they have. They're very underfunded, so whenever we can get some funding for our park, it's definitely always outstanding. I got a video on there if you don't mind. I have it on the internet. One of the things we actually were focusing on was a lot of the equipment that we don't have, but pretty much for those individuals with special needs. So we got the grant money, so that way we get some special needs equipment. I know it's the end of the video, but this I wanted to show in particular because this is something that I think it's well needed, because there really isn't anything at our current park that would help individuals or for individuals with wheelchairs. So this swing is about $50,000. So this right here, I think, is definitely going to be a huge improvement on our park. Because it's an outstanding direction. Going, not those videos. This, I don't know what those are. Watch what white flares going on. But it's outstanding. I mean, it's great. So if you got kids or even our teens or whatever on a wheelchair, ignore this first part because she hasn't strapped the kid in like you're supposed to. So you might see him sway a little bit. But it's definitely good because you can put your child in there and then you actually can sit there as well and kind of enjoy that particular activity with your kid. And it's outstanding. And we're going to get a zip line as well. So these are definitely coming. The deadline, I think, actually will be done by June. It actually has to be completed by June. So this summer, we'll see this equipment here in our park, and it's definitely something that we hold near and dear to our hearts, and I honestly couldn't have done it without everyone's help. Even with Bruce's help coming towards the end of the hurdle, it's definitely outstanding. So I want to say thanks, and just keep daring off of it. So.
When we went to the convention last year in Columbus, I did a lot of looking at the swings, and then Robert and I came back and said, hey, this would be great for Austintown, and that's where we begun the look of these swings. And as you can see, it doesn't all, you don't have to be handicapped, so if there's, a regular, anybody can go on it. It doesn't have to be, but it's great that we are able to do it for the handicap also, so we can benefit both ways. And that's where I came up with the idea last year in Columbus at the convention center, which we're all three will be going again this year. So you get to see this equipment in action and how nice it is. And we got the idea from there, so.
It's awesome.
So what, do we have to approve this now?
We already did.
We have to do it yet, so.
We'll be voting on it.
I already did.
Motion to approve capital grant agreement.
We didn't do it yet.
Number 2.
Right, we didn't do it yet. So moved.
Second.
Mr. Stantos?
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mrs. Peters? Yes.
And our Our next motion of the Parks Department is a motion to approve site improvement agreement between the Mahoning County Board of Commissioners and the Mahoning County Solid Waste Management District and Austintown Township for the amount of $14,975 for the purpose of improving ingress and egress and mitigating open dumping at the Austintown Township drop-off recycling site, and to authorize Mark Daputo to execute the associated agreements.
So moved.
Second.
Mrs. Deaver?
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Stanford?
Yes.
And if I may clarify what this is another grant that we're receiving from basically Green Team to improve the pads, the cement pads that surround the recycling site at Austintown Township Park. I know there's a big pothole just off the one where the recycling truck lifts its hydraulic arm, so hopefully we'll rectify that with this project.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Henshaw with the Senior Center. How are you tonight?
Okay, just one thing, I should have a motion there, but I wanted to put a little preamble to this motion. Seniors are a very versatile, adaptable bunch. There's no heat back there, they still go back there, they have Bible study, they have yoga, they have Tai Chi. Didn't seem to bother them. So maybe we can relay that, no, we have to have it in there because it also heats up the fire department, so. But I was amazed at how resilient they are. They just, okay, that's the way it's gonna be, that's the way it's gonna be.
I know when I was there, they.
Even though the Bible study is now speaking more hellfire and damnation, keeping the place warmer in there, I think. But outside of that, it's been very adaptable bunch.
So I have a motion to approve the purchase of a 10-ton roof-top HVAC unit not to exceed $19,000 for the Westchester building to be paid from the Westchester funds, and to authorize Attorney Mark Daputo to execute all documents necessary for said purpose and application.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Stanford?
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mrs. Deaver?
Yes.
Our outstanding fiscal officer, you got anything for us today?
I don't. That's my report.
I got a motion to accept January report submitted to the board for review from A to E.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mrs. Deaver?
Yes.
Mr. Stanford?
Yes. And for number 2, we have a motion to amend the existing conversion policy to permit a cash out to occur at any point during the fiscal year when the fiscal officer or his or her designee determines that the cash out was not processed in December of the preceding year due to clerical error. Clarify.
Yeah, we had a cash out issue come up where the paperwork didn't get sent over, so it didn't get paid, but he actually is entitled to it, so we needed this to go to OPERS for them to allow it to go through and get paid in February.
So moved.
Second.
Mrs. Deaver?
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Stanford?
Yes. I have a motion to accept motion to accept 2023 road inventory and a motion to accept 2023 park inventory.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Stanford?
Yes.
Mrs. Deaver?
Yes.
I have a motion to appoint one trustee to the ABC District Committee. Can we open it for nominations or just?
Yes.
All right. Motion to open the floor for nominations for one trustee representative for the ABC District.
I nominate Robert Santos, trustee Robert Santos.
I'll second it.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Stanford?
Yes.
Mrs. Deaver?
Yes.
And under new business as well, we have a motion to appoint Mark Daputo, Township Administrator, and Robert Santos, Chairman, as an alternate to represent Austintown Township at OTA Otama.
So moved. Second.
Mr. Stanford?
Should I abstain from that since it's appointment? I'll abstain from that.
From Mark?
Both of them.
Oh, okay. Mrs. Deaver?
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
I have a resolution to appoint Maria Cartwright of Canfield Township to represent the Board of Township Trustees as a representative to the newly formed 911 Steering Committee, and Alan Hemphill of Jackson Township as a non-voting alternate to assist Ms. Cartwright in her duties.
So moved.
Second.
Can I elaborate before we vote,
Yeah.
so the residents know?
Yep.
This is actually a new thing. If you guys don't know, all the townships within the county, we have a township association. And during our township association meetings, there's actually committees that, as the association, we appoint individuals to. However, the state decided to reorganize the 9/11 committee, and instead of having the township association voting for these individuals to represent us at these committees, they want to see a resolution at each township, seeing who it is we appoint to. Now, Maria Cartwright and Alan Hempel has held that position for, I can't tell how many years, a lot of years. So they know the 9/11 steering committee by the back of their hand, and it's only prudent to actually ensure they keep holding that position. They've done a great job so far. There's no reason why to stir the boat anymore. So that's the reason why this is actually on the agenda today.
Mr. Santos?
Yes.
Mrs. Deaver?
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
I have a motion to approve advances from the general fund from $280,000 to fire, $40,000 to the lighting district, $30,000 to police, $300,000 to the police, and $20,000 to zoning.
So moved.
Second.
Mrs. Deaver?
Yes.
Mr. Santos?
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
All right. All right, we'll start with Marks on the board. Mr. Shepherd.
Just want to reiterate what Mr. Dapolito said about the road department. I'm so thankful for all the hard work they've done, and you can see some of that here in Township Hall. It's nice that we're moving forward, new look, new administration, technology. It's fantastic. I know on zoning, I was there for many years, as you pointed out today, 9 or 10, we used to use a dry erase board. I literally had Myers in here and Chick-fil-A, and I'm on a dry erase board. Now, we're moving forward. So thank you to Mark for all the hard work you've done, and thank you for my fellow trustees for agreeing to move forward with this project, and thank you to the road department for all their hard work.
First of all, I want to congratulate Fish Chair Competition Team for making state qualifiers. Also, I'd like to congratulate Fish JROTC for on-arm drill teams for winning second place in their drill competition. I want to let everyone know that the Austintown Junior Women League is having their Taste of Austintown at Immaculate Heart of Mary on March 9th. Also, if everybody is aware, I'm wearing red, and I'd asked my fellow trustees to wear red today. It's American Heart Month. The truth is that it's increased awareness of heart disease. That's why we're wearing red. Okay, the sign of women having a heart attack, I'm going to say them, and I just wouldn't, if this could just save one person, if they had any of these symptoms, if I save one person, or if one person tells one person, hey, you might need to go to the doctor, to the hospital. It's nausea, chest pain, jaw pain, neck pain, upper back pain, pressure in the lower chest, shortness of breath, fatigue, indigestion. Women usually experience less obvious signs, but are in as much danger as men. Signs of heart problem in men are nausea, jaw, neck or back pain, pressure in chest, heartburn, shortness of breath, pain in arm or shoulder. I just would like everybody to maybe pay attention to them once, and then, like I said, you all need to know that. So the Heart Association makes it American Heart Month. Also, happy Valentine's Day. That's all I have.
Well, I'll take off the, congratulate the girls cheer, I had that down. That's right. I want to congratulate RSC, the Falcon Wrestlers, who got 4th in the 27th on that EOWL tournament. I think it's outstanding, the boys did an outstanding job. And not to mention, I think the younger kids did a better job the Austintown Youth Wrestling. They got first out of 13 in the sexual tournament, so that's actually, they're definitely doing a great job. If you guys don't know, I'll do a plug for my personal, my son got second. I was surprised, I'm sorry, he wasn't that good, but I'm so proud of him, he worked his butt off, it was outstanding. I don't know, it wasn't something he ate that morning, but obviously, all of our kids and all the sports activities, they do a great job. It's outstanding to see these kids put all the heart and energy into these events, and it shows that they got a lot of dedication, so I definitely want to thank them as well. Other than that, thank you everyone for coming. I will call for a motion to recess the executive session for the following A and B.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Sanchez?
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mrs. Evers?
Yes.